I recently went to Ibiza. I went sober. I didn't drink. I had the best weekend. I had so much fun. Um, but I wanted to tell you about an experience that happened to me whilst I was there. Obviously, I weren't drinking, so I didn't have the alcohol to like boost my confidence and stuff like that. And Ibiza's a place like if you see people in Ibiza, everyone looks beautiful. It looks amazing, and I found myself comparing myself to these people, and one of the hardest task for me, like not the hardest task, like my biggest thing that I work on is my view on myself. I've said in other videos, like, how I used to hate myself and, all this different stuff. And, I've been doing a lot of work on how I view myself, but like quite a few triggers. I have just got proper bad deja vu. Like really bad. That's crazy that. Anyway, so like these triggers, I can't remember what I was saying. Hang on. So yeah, so these triggers like came up, and like once you have one trigger, like you spiral then, and like quite a few things came up for me, and this was like the first full day. We got there the Saturday night, so like the Sunday, I was very much in my head, and I was just so overwhelmed. Like we'd gone to this meal, and it wasn't just like like the look on myself. There was multiple things that had then come up because that initially came up. Do you know what I mean? So it was like me viewing myself like I'm not good enough, and all these different little things that spiraled from there. And it's mad because when you're triggered, it's your frame of mind is not who, like, it's like you go back to that past version of yourself. Like it's just your mind, my brain just goes, it's just different. It's hard to explain. So anyway, like I remember we were at this meal, and I was just so overwhelmed, and I was just tired, and I've got myself to a much better place, and I wanted to enjoy this holiday, and I've been in my head all day. I'm worrying about the smallest of things, and this like intrusive thought just came in, and it was just like, I don't want to be here. Not Ibiza, it was just in general. I'm tired. I don't want to be here. So I shut that down. I was like, So anyway, so everyone was going out that night. They were all going to like one of the super clubs there was an event on, but it's just I didn't want to go. I weren't drinking, and I wasn't feeling it. I don't like I know because I'm not drinking anymore. It's just me it's different for me. Like I enjoy different things now. So like I thought I'll get myself comfy. I'll think like get all settled, get my Kindle, I watch some TikToks, and I asked someone, I was like, at the time I was making an excuse, and it was like, I'm on holiday and we're not going to go home, I'm not going to do it. It's just whilst I'm on holiday, and I asked someone to do me a one skinner. Looking back now, I've seen it as a way to escape. Do you know, like, I needed an escape, like I needed something to make me feel better. I've needed something to shut my brain up because it had been so hectic. But I was just making excuses for myself at that time. So anyway, everyone had gone. And I am someone who is like, I have smoked it a lot in the past. Like it's, I could smoke so much in one day and stuff like that. But this one skinner, so I had 3 tokes of it. I got myself all comfy outside, got my blanket and everything. Done myself like a nice little setup. This like I had 3 tokes, and the next thing it was just like, like like 1,000 thoughts just came running through my head at the same time, but it was like I could hear every single one of them. It was just so crazy. And then I realised then, it was like I came to it, was like I realised I'd done it, it was an escape. Like, it wasn't just to chill me out. Like, I could just see, I realised properly type of thing, because I'd got myself out of that trigger brain, I was in a different brain, so it was just like, I'd realised what I'd done, anyway. But, like, I started panicking then. It's just, I've never felt this way, it's never made me feel this way. And So I sat there and I was like, no, I don't like this. I do not like this. I've only had 3 tokes of it. Like, what's going on? What's happening to me? So I was like, right, all my little setup. I was like, I just need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep and do something, like sleep it off, because I don't like it. So I got like into my room, and then it was just weird. Like, it didn't feel like I was there. Like, everything looked the same, but it didn't feel the same. I felt like I was in the in-between. I was like maybe in a different dimension or something like that. It was just like the way the room looked, and there was like this big, what are they called? What's them lights called? Can't remember. But it made it look like a bit like a lab. You know, like I was like an experiment in a cage being watched. It was just so weird. And then I walked in the room and I was just like, I started panicking more, because then I thought that, like, you know, they got this from over here. I don't even know what it is. Oh my God, I'm going to die. That was it. The next thing, I'm going to die. So I started panicking then. I was like, oh, I'm dying. Yeah. Like, I was having a panic attack. And I was on my own because everyone had gone out. So, yeah, I was in this room and everything just felt different. It was like nothing mattered in the world. It was just crazy how I felt towards everything. And even like everything that had gone on that day, I was just like, it doesn't matter. I'm dying. So like, yeah, so like I was having like a panic attack. I was just like, so I thought to myself, right, just lie down, like turn the lights off. But it was like everything was like repetitive. It was weird. I was in a thought loop, and I've heard of thought loops before, but like at this time, you know, I was thinking of all these different things. It was just like nothing mattered. It was just like nothing made sense. Like when I'd think about something, it's just weird. It's hard to explain it, but yeah. Anyway, so there's me proper panicking, and then the next thing, it's like my higher self came through, and it was just like, well, you said you didn't want to be here earlier. Why are you so worried? Like, why are you panicking about this? Like, this is what you wanted, isn't it? And I was like, no, it's not what I wanted. So it was just like, you know, it was calming me down, and it was like, think of everything that you believe in. You know, everything's working out for you. Like, you know, you're doing all this work, and, you know, you've got so much hope towards life. Do you think this is how it would end for you? And it was just proper, like, it was calming me down. And, you know, this is just me lying in bed. Like, this is all just going on inside my head. And it was like, you know, so, like, you've got 2 options. Like, you could, do you want to die? Or you get up tomorrow and you do the work. You continue to move forward. You get up tomorrow and you look at yourself differently. You know, them little triggers that you've had, you work through them. You know, instead of letting them take hold of you, you fight them. So, like, you know, like tomorrow you get up and you look like you look at yourself differently. Like, who cares? Like, have that false confidence. Just go and put your shoulders back, your head up, and just fucking take on life. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not ready to die. So it's like, right, okay, so are you going to choose that option? I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then, you know, like this like higher voice, it was like look how strong you are. Like, you have just been dying. You thought you were dying, and look at where you have just got yourself to. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is all you. You have got yourself to this space. You have calmed yourself down. Like, look at look how strong you are. Look at who you are as a person. Like, you know, you're not this small, not worthy, burdened person. You know, you're a strong, wise woman. Like, look at yourself differently. Stop, like, viewing yourself like as if you're nothing. Do you know what I mean? It was so inspirational. I was like, yeah, you're right. Thanks. And it was just like, that really calmed me down. And nothing else was calming me down. Like, before that, I was trying everything, like, you know, until this voice came through. So, yeah, so once that happened, it was like, you know, you're going to get up, you're going to go do the work. And then the next thing, it was, right now, I want you to get up and I want you to go and look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. So I was like, right, okay. So I got up, went to the mirror and I was like, like, told myself I was beautiful. But it was weird looking in the mirror. It was so weird looking in the mirror. It was just like, don't know, like, because I said, like, I felt like this experiment in a room type of thing. It was, yeah, it was a bit, like, crazy. But whilst this was all happening, like, I'm having these conversations, I could hear other things in the back of me mind. So it was like a little sentence that was just getting repeated somewhere over here, something else over here. It was mental. So I went and lied back down. So it was like, and I can't remember it fully, but like other things that, like, that had triggered me, that I'd been worried about, it was just guiding me. So then the next thing, my brain just went blank. Like, I've forgotten everything. I was like, it just all went. And then I was like, shit. And then it was back to, I'm dying. So it was a thought loop. Everything was just like a cycle. It was just repeating and repeating and repeating. So I got myself out of being that. And then it was like, I'd remember little bits from before. But like, it was like my actual mind, when I'd realised it was like a thought loop, it was repeating again. I was just like, for fuck's sake. But whilst it's like all going on, the other part of my brain, it's me, like, just fuming that this is happening again. Right, I'm gonna have to go through this again. Okay, but each time it would happen, it was like another revelation on top of it. So this was like a big, massive spiritual awakening for me. Like, so it was something else, like, not to worry about, and then something else, and like, there's a lot going on, like, there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on in the world right now, and they say that there's a timeline shift, and you get to choose, if you want to stay on this, like, where we're at now, or if you want to, like, shift and you want to move up, like, and raise the, like, vibrations and stuff like this. So looking back, like, I had a choice. Do you want to, it's like, do you want to die? Do you want to not do the work type of thing? Or do you want to move forward? Are you going to keep doing it? Like, are you going to fight? So I made, like, like, no, I do. I want to go back type of thing. So then, this thought loop kept on happening. But it was like, it was so repetitive. And then the next thing, I felt like, so this thought would come up and I was working through this thought, right? I've got to think of that. But then, like, each time I'd get up and have a drink of water and then I'd get back down. And then I noticed that I was doing the same thing then. So it was like, it was just so weird. If someone was watching me, they'd be like, what is she doing? I'm like, it's a good job I was on my own. Like, at one point I was like, oh, do I just message someone and, tell them that I think I'm dying? But I mean, there's nothing that they could have done. I think it'd have probably been worse if they were there. This is stuff I needed to work through. But yeah, so like, I woke up the next day and I don't know. And it's ever since then, them little worries that I had, I don't care. Like, we went to Ocean Beach on the Sunday. This was like, the Monday, sorry. So this was the day after it had happened, like the morning after it had happened, afternoon. And it was like, I was in a cosy and, I've like thinking with me weight, I've been like in a battle with me weight, like all my life really. But like, I'm trying to view myself differently and like, I love myself no matter what size and stuff like that. So like, I got up and it was them worries that I had the day before just weren't there. They didn't matter. And yeah, so, and I remember like this little voice and like, because I had this overshirt on and it was like, take your shirt off, stop hiding yourself, like enjoy the sun, go in the water, like just enjoy it. So I did, and this little voice just kept on popping in every now and then, to guide me in a way. But ever since, like, we went on a boat experience on the Tuesday when we were going, and it was amazing. The best experience, like, ever. I'll take that with me, forever. It was just such good memories. But there was a picture, and, it was me and my cosy, and it was like all like the sea and that behind me, like I was at the front of this boat, and I really liked it. But then the next thing, like when I went, I was like, oh, I can't put that up. Like you could see a bit of my belly, or you could see, I was picking it apart, and then it was like, come on, like, so I was like, who cares? So I put it up, and like, you know, it's baby steps, but it was just such a surreal experience. And I know it probably sounds like absolutely mental when people are listening to it, but yeah, it was crazy. So I took a lot from it, and you know, them little worries that I had, I've let go of them in a way, you know. It was a big help, but it was definitely getting told off by the universe, and it was a full-on confirmation I will never, ever touch that ever again. It was the scariest experience of my life. Oh, but yeah. And I always said I wanted a spiritual experience from it. And I did. Like, you know, I was stoned when I had my first spiritual awakening and stuff like that. So it has helped me in a way. But I just, yeah, I've got an addictive personality. So I couldn't just do it every now and then. But yeah, hefty one that, but I needed to get it out and tell you all. Yeah, crazy. Thanks for listening.